Hi, I'm Dom, and with me today is
James McQueen.
now James. What have you been watching last week, month, whoever knows?
Well, not much. Been doing work, haven't I? Been
Wow,
up to eyeballs.
riveting.
Yeah, riveting. I was playing a game, playing
Wow,
Control, but because I had Control, because it was free on PlayStation Plus. I was like, PlayStation 5. I'll play it. I'll play it. But then I found, oh shit, work I have, work I must do. Because I'm paying a lot of money to do that work,
to do work.
to actually do that work. So I have to do it. So I haven't done that. So 15 by Friday I'll be free of everything. So hopefully,
And by Friday, you'll have a new program to watch
oh, I will.
in The Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah, where Sebastian Stan will say more than two lines. Sebastian Stan will
Yeah,
say more in the first episode than he has said in the entire MCU.
but anyway, what have you watched?
I watched a film on Disney Plus, 1 Hour Photo.
1 Hour Photo. What's it about? Is it Robin Williams?
It is the Robin Williams film.
That's it.
Yeah, it's good, but it's good. It's really good, and I can't say much about it because obviously you haven't seen it, so I won't spoil it. But I'd recommend watching it if you can
Yeah.
watch it on Disney Plus. It's a psychological thriller.
Well,
I'll put it that way.
I think you can tell that from the poster.
And it's called, yeah. He works as a
Yeah.
photo man at a supermarket who's obsessed with how photos should look, and there's more to him than that.
Yeah. Well, that's an interest. I mean, that's on my watch list, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Really, for the past few months, past few weeks, like, all I've been watching uh, is really One Division,
Same.
and it's just because I've kind of been busy.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I was planning on having Schitt's Creek done
Yeah.
before Easter. That's easy to do. They're 20-minute episodes, but as soon as I finish work and everything, I will speed run through uh that and watch a couple films because it's a 20-minute sitcom and I've got about like what 20 episodes left. I can do
Yeah.
it. Like I should be able to. You know what I mean? Even though I love those.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
want it
it's
to be
just.
over, but I need that. I need to be. It needs to be done. It needs to be completed.
Well, it's like I watched a film um, the other night, and I can't actually remember what I watched at all. And Disney Plus doesn't have a here's what you watched or something,
No,
so I can't see what it was. So I'm just like,
no.
watch something.
Unless you didn't close before the skip. Watch
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
Unless you, yeah,
It doesn't register as something you watched because Disney Plus needs its
uh,
UI sorted out. It needs to be
oh, it
optimized.
needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, but thank God for weekly stuff though. It keeps me going through the week.
yeah. But
But actually,
yeah.
I
The
feel like I
only,
lost that One Division. I'm not watching anything tonight, other than what I am watching. But like One Division,
yeah.
that's like that was what my day was built around. Do you know what I mean? I know that's
I
sad, but
I
like
was kind
that's
of
what my
I get that because I was watching it early to avoid spoilers, and
mm,
I I don't know if I'll do the same for Falcon Winter Soldier. I probably will because I'm here. I'm at
yeah.
university. I don't have any other kind of
No, if you, if it,
things to do.
if it was a case of like this, I would only watch One Division or the Marvel or the Disney Plus shows at if they were at midnight. They dropped it at midnight. I would watch it at
Oh,
midnight.
I'd watch it at midnight every night. I'd watch it when it came out.
I'd love,
Same with The Boys, wasn't it?
yeah.
I
That's
would watch. I watched every episode apart from I think one episode because then I was like tired, so I was like
yeah,
nah. But I watched every episode when it came out, and you know I liked it because when I woke up, guarantee there were spoilers.
yeah.
You know,
And admittedly, I didn't care about the boys that much. And here's the thing: it was actually easier to avoid boys spoilers than the boys spoilers, as it was more so One Division spoilers because Disney has the whole
I mean it's a
spoiler
whole
cult.
empire.
Yeah, the Disney has the whole spoiler thing down. Like they've got a firm grasp on the whole spoiler culture and FOMO, haven't they?
Yeah,
which is why Disney Plus is doing so well, because you don't want to be spoiled about it, but like, and I think Falcon and Soldiers had the least leaks compared to WandaVision. WandaVision had quite a few leaks. Falcon and Soldier had
Yeah,
literally none
just actually, yeah, thinking about it, I can't say I've heard of any leaks
that are
of any
egregious.
like
We
that are
knew the
like
twins were coming. We knew the twins were coming in WandaVision, but
yeah, we knew that, but like we
but
didn't, and we knew Evan Peters and stuff like that, but like I can't say I've heard any concrete stuff that's been confirmed through like set photos.
no,
So like because Carl Lumley, I think it was, he was like rumored to be in the series,
mm
but I'm not sure if they confirmed that at all. So
yeah,
he's not ever been seen in a set photo. So it's like he might be. Who knows?
yeah,
Uh,
and
it's just
yeah,
it's a show I'm looking forward to. That's yeah,
yeah, and I
but
yeah,
um, the film I watched yesterday was The Great White Hype,
oh yeah,
uh, about boxing and stuff with Samuel L. Jackson and Jamie Foxx as a Jamie Foxx is like a minor character in it, but he's very memorable as the minor character he plays. It's Jeff Goldblum. It's an all right film. It has its moments, but overall, I won't spoil it. But I did spoil it to you before.
yeah,
It's not much of a spoiler, but the character you basically root for because they focus on him throughout the film
yeah,
ends up losing in the end, and it's like I didn't care at all. So it
yeah.
felt just like why?
Like, doesn't
Why would I watch a film that ends like that?
yeah, a character can lose, and that could be the point. It should be the point sometimes. Not everybody has to win,
Well,
but if it's not actively making a point to why it did that decision, then was that decision actually a good one?
let me put this against the greatest boxing film of all time, or at least the biggest, which is Rocky.
Yeah,
He loses, and actually just think about it, I've just realised Rocky and this are literally like the same story,
do
but
you think
from
is it just a
different
Rocky
perspectives.
ripoff?
So Rocky, how Apollo Creed's looking for the next fighter,
Mm.
like he's looking for someone to fight. In this, they're looking for someone to fight. So it is literally the same thing, but instead of following Rocky, the white guy, you're following the champ, the black
Yeah,
guy, who is literally the most boring character I've ever watched. He does nothing, and you're meant to root for this guy. Like, come on. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, I do know, but it's just like
yeah, yeah. It's just like you just don't
I would,
know what they were thinking.
I'd recommend it for Jamie Foxx because he's really good as an actor.
I'll recommend it
And
for Jamie Foxx because he's really good. Put that
well,
on the
no,
poster.
right, he's playing a like kind of camera shy
Yeah,
promoter, and he nails it. Like as a nervous kind of like he stumbles over his words. And it's like just he's believable.
anyway, just talking about
Yeah,
other films. You did watch another film this week, didn't you?
did I?
The Steve Carell one.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Oh fuck, Little Miss Sunshine. Then I started watching 40-Year-Old Virgin, but I went to sleep. Same thing happened last night, actually. I started watching Tropic Thunder, and then I went to
Yeah,
sleep.
that's sacrilege.
I know, but I've already seen 40-Year-Old Virgin and Tropic Thunder, so
Yeah, it's just yeah.
I can watch it another time. Yeah, Little Miss Sunshine. Oh, that is that's a masterclass
Yeah,
in writing.
I will
If
watch
you
it.
need a masterclass, I think I need to find the script for that because it's weird, but it's believable.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
and knowing who Steve
right.
Carell's character is, I know he's going to play him like devastatingly accurately.
Oh, you feel sad just the second you see him. It's just like that's not right. He's not meant to look sad. It's Steve
Mm.
Carell is meant to look happy. Like Um, no, but
Tony
it has
Collette,
three.
Paul
It has
Dano.
Tony Collette, Paul Dano, him, Steve Carell, Abigail Breslin, who is in Zombieland and Scream Queens.
Hmm.
The old guy. I can't remember his name.
Cranston.
Oh, but yeah, Cranston's in one
Cranston.
scene. Yeah, yeah. That's a weird. That's a weird cameo. I completely forgot about that. But it's a really good film.
Yeah.
Feel good film.
Yeah, it is depressing, but it's
Oh yeah,
ultimately
but
it's ultimately in service of uplifting.
what is it? The only bit that bugged me was the end of it. They do one of those like classic kind of like fun endings, and it's like, it didn't really feel right
Yeah.
because it comes off of a really good Steve Carell scene, and then it just goes on to this like it just keeps going,
Okay.
and it's like
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
but yeah.
I'll watch it. I mean, it sounds
What else
good.
did I watch? What else did I watch? I mean, it's not like I've watched a lot. Uh,
Mm.
I'll bring it up actually. I watched the Batman fan film, Dying is Easy.
I've seen that on my recommended.
I sent it to you,
Did you?
so you know,
Oh,
yeah, on Snapchat.
no.
So it's all right. It's all right.
It's a fan film.
So it's a fan film. I only watched it because I like Kevin Porter, the guy who plays Batman.
Mm.
He's a great Batman. That's why I watched it. Don't care about the guy who plays Joker. He's the one who wrote it as well and directed it.
Mm.
And it's like, he's all right, but it's like, there are better characters you could play. And the writing is like, it's trying too hard, you know?
Mm.
And
It's trying to be cinematic, but it's on a.
yeah.
It's trying to be cinematic on a shoestring budget.
What's his name? Michael Madston. The guy who's in, I think it's Reservoir Dogs.
Mm.
Did you just cut out? God damn it, James.
I'm back. No, I'm back here. I'm still back.
Right, did you hear what I was saying or not?
Yeah, you watching Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah, Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
So he plays Harvey Bullock in the fan film, which
Oh.
is, and he is a hell of he's just the perfect casting for that character.
Yeah.
But it's like, I care more about the scenes between Batman and Harvey Bullock than I do about Batman and the Joker.
Yeah.
Because it's like the Joker
Joker's.
stuff.
Yeah. Joker's such a I haven't watched it obviously, but Joker's seemed one of those characters now that we've seen it.
No, right. The biggest issue is that they're literally just going over Joker.
Yeah.
Like, they're just being like,
The film
here's
Joker.
Joker talking about stuff. I think, like, honestly, it would have been better had it not been Joker.
Mm.
You know,
Like would it be better if it was Two-Face or something?
not even Two-Face, like a smaller villain. You know,
Mm.
just have a small villain, and it's like, we don't have the pressure of having Joker.
Yeah.
You know, because he speaks the most in this, I'm pretty sure, and I don't care for anything he says.
But that's the thing with like Joker now. Is Joker done? Well, he's not because because the leaks are he's part of the trilogy, which makes sense. Which means Matt Reeves is going to have to really pull something out to like justify this existence, because sometimes like problem is with Joker, he's a very difficult character to do that's actually believable. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise,
It's
you
not
just
just believable. It's
yeah, it's just like look what happened with Jared Leto. He does the weird stuff that Heath Ledger, not the same weird stuff, but he does weird stuff like Heath Ledger did. But the problem is, it's just weird stuff to be weird.
yeah.
Whereas with the Heath Ledger stuff, like that everything, if you take everything that he does in that film as intimidation, because it is what it is. Everything's an intimidation. The way he looks is intimidation, and
Well, I think the thing with Joker is he's done more interesting things in the comics recently than he
yeah,
has pretty much ever done in film.
yeah,
Like, so very recently, like literally, like I think it was last week, DC released a new comic that's like setting up their next initiative, not initiative.
mm.
Uh, so you know DC Rebirth in 2016,
Yeah,
that was a big, the big kind of
yeah.
here's the new,
I've got it.
yeah. So this is like that, but now, essentially,
It's the new reset point.
it's the new reset point, and basically what happened is Joker. So Joker's literally just come off of a whole story called Joker Wall,
Yeah, James
and
Tynion.
yeah, he escapes and all that stuff, and he goes and gasses Arkham and kills Bane, just
Mm.
straight
Okay.
up, like, and it feels way more interesting because it's like
Yeah,
that's Joker, just like doing Joker stuff, and it's like you
yeah,
don't really understand it,
yeah. But you're not supposed to.
but yeah, but in the movies, they've kind of taken that as like, oh, it's Joker, you don't understand him, he just does stuff.
I think that's why people like him in The Dark Knight, because he does tell you what he's about. The whole burning the
Yeah,
money is such, which is what that is like. Him burning the money is like Thanos throwing Gamora off the cliff. This is who this character is at this moment now. This is who they really are,
yeah.
and that's interesting. But then you get like some like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, which is good, but
Well,
it's a
it's a
great.
take on the Joker.
It is, because they sold that as like a villain origin story, and it really isn't.
No, that
I
one.
like the idea of he inspires the real Joker. I love that idea. I think that's actually, if you look at
No,
it through that angle, it's great because
no.
of that.
Right, I have to say this right because I wasn't gonna. I was gonna say like let's move on, but then him inspiring the real Joker. I like that. Sure, it's a bit of a fucking reach. Not gonna lie, but it only works had you actually set it up, and they
Mm,
didn't set it up. They didn't do anything, so
mm.
it's like an afterthought. When a director or writer comes out and says, "Oh no, that's that," and it's like
You did
I
something wrong.
should I should have known that,
Yeah,
right? You shouldn't tell me that after I've watched it.
yeah. Just like the amount of exposition dumps we had to have on Twitter after the Rise of Skywalker, because
That's
apparently,
right. There were a few films. There have been a few films where they've had to kind of exposition dump because they've cut stuff, and it's like, why'd you cut it then?
yeah, that
Like,
seems clear. Yeah, why'd you cut that scene, but you kept this one?
yeah,
And it wasn't a long scene anyway, so why was it cut? But
that
no,
is the. That's I think one of the funniest things about deleted scenes.
mm,
How there are some films and you watch them, and it's clear that the best film deleted scenes are usually jokes.
yes,
90% of the time they're jokes. You know something went wrong when it's
yeah,
an actual
yeah,
deleted scene. Like
or
it's an
very,
actual
yeah,
scene, and you're like, why'd they take that out?
yeah, because some,
Everyone's seen one.
yeah, everybody's seen. People like say like Christopher McQuarrie and even Todd Phillips even said this on their Twitter. Somebody asked him, why don't you put, Christopher McQuarrie said this, but Tom Phillips said the same thing. Said, why don't you put deleted scenes on the Blu-ray to pump up the quantity on, the quality of the disc, like with bonus features? He says,
Yeah,
do you like eggshells on your meal?
yeah. It's because they got taken out. It's like,
There's a reason why it was taken out, and I don't want you to see it. And I get that. But then I also get from the other
I
side that
mean,
once it was made. But like Amazing Spider-Man 2, look at the deleted scenes of that. That changes the entire. Some of the deleted scenes change the film completely. They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't
I
do
think
that.
see Todd Phillips. Uh, he's one to talk, but with Joker and stuff, deleted scenes. I would only say that they're important if it's like if it is a joke, really.
Mm.
like if it's a scene you cut and it's actually important, it's going to just raise questions.
Mm. I
But
suppose it's
if it's
to
like the
also,
old comedies, you know,
yeah. I suppose it's to like create an illusion that it was one perfect take. Also for the film, to make it look like, oh, it was more of a do you know what I mean? Because if you show how
yeah.
it was made behind, you lose the magic of what you actually see, what you actually see. And do you know what? I actually sort of get that.
See, do you want to know a funny thing, right? The other night, just as I was about to go to sleep, I had an idea, which happens sometimes. Hasn't happened much like recently because I'm busy at work and stuff.
Yeah,
But it
ideas have the
happened,
worst time.
an idea, and I got out of bed and wrote it down, and it was for the script I've been working on, like very, very sparsely since
Mm.
November, and I basically had the idea because I was like, all right, they go to this restaurant and stuff happens, and the guy engages, right?
Mm.
And the way I'd done it was, I was like, okay, I need to add stuff in because it literally they come on the train. That's the first scene, and then there's a few scenes at a hotel and stuff, and then they're at the restaurant. I was like, if they've just arrived, they wouldn't be going for the restaurant and
Yeah.
like this whole thing on the first night. So I just went, I'll add in about 10 pages of them going around and like creating a sense of normalcy and you know getting you to like the characters and all that stuff because otherwise it's too quick. It's like like that's probably not how scripts are written like by other people
Yeah, but
because I
you
have
need
no plan for this.
that
But
sort of like tangibility.
it's like I kind of realized I was like it has more of an impact then, you know. You got to know the characters, you know the issues they're facing, and then the big thing happened. I'm not going to say what the big thing is because it's a big thing, and it's literally like the
Is this
entire thing.
the big thing that you told me about?
This is the one that's like massive. Just the entire story
Okay.
changes in
Yeah,
one go,
I think I know which one you mean.
and currently the big change happens at page 18 up to page 24, I think,
Hmm?
is the scene, and it's like nah, because they're in the restaurant from page 6 to that page, then they're in the restaurant more. Like they need to be elsewhere, you know.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes padding is good, but with these Hollywood movies, it's like, how did you get to that stage with so much padding still?
Yeah, I think obviously it's just like stuff, but then how much is that the director just using the camera to tell the story? Because you can just show people walking in like uh 4 quick shots, and that sort of and just add 4 shots together, and that's literally like all of those pages you probably wrote in
Yeah,
like half a minute.
I
So
think my biggest kind of issue with it though is the fact that opening credits, I like them if they're artistic.
yes,
So Deadpool, I know it's a great example,
yeah,
has artistic credits. They're interesting, they're entertaining. The Italian Job,
yeah,
fantastic credit sequence. The Great White Hype, not so much. It's a
yeah,
car driving through a desert. There's nothing nice to look at. It's boring,
yeah. Because I feel like,
you know?
and some films do artistic things where they just say so, like Disney Pixar presents, and they don't
Yeah.
give you the title of. I'm talking about Soul here. Um, they
Oh, yeah,
go
because that
Disney,
comes at the end, doesn't it?
yeah, Disney Pixar presents. That's when it has, and the first thing, it takes 10 minutes to get to that moment as well. Disney Pixar presents, and
Yeah.
then there's no title card until the very end, and it says directed by Pete Docter. Because Pixar films definitely are very artistic. Soul's a very artistic film.
It yeah, that is
Yeah,
a good film. I mean, we were going to do a podcast on that in December.
yeah, but just
However,
That we
We
didn't strike when the iron was hot.
no. We were like not far off it. We were like
Oh, did you
I think
just do
2
one?
weeks off. No, it was me and my dad when we were
Mm.
doing them, and we watched it. He fell asleep during it, but yeah, but it was like it just didn't. It just didn't feel like a film we could discuss.
No,
If you know
because
what I mean.
it more asks. It's a film that asks. Not much happens,
It
but
asks
asks a
questions.
question. It's a question. It's a film that asks questions, and it delivers an answer. Might not be the completely right
Yeah,
answer, but an answer. And I think I like it because of that. It works because of that.
I
And
think it's a heavy subject for a film.
it very
It's
is.
not a it's not a kids film.
No, I say it's a
It's,
family film. I say it's a family film, but
yeah, but
it asks
I think
existential question.
I think
Asks a really
honestly, uh, it is a kids film or a family film.
about a
But I
midlife
felt
crisis.
like the sections during the like when they're in the like before bit,
Yeah,
they feel a bit like because they are meant for kids. Because like
yeah,
the rest of the film has like this really quite like beautiful message to it,
yeah. Like,
and then you just have all that, and they're like there for ages.
and yeah, you're there for like absolutely ages, and it's like it's very like okay, I'll say this because we're just talking about anything, but like I
Yeah,
think the best thing about it is about a film about midlife crisis, really, isn't it? An
yeah,
existential one that becomes an existential one because something obviously happens. But like what I think is so great when they're in that negative zone space, not the one at the beginning, but the one we find Graham Norton,
oh yeah, yeah,
where
yeah,
you have these drones of society, these like drone people droning, but then there's
yeah.
people in the
That's
zone, like in the
yeah,
moment, and they're that close together. But one of them's hating what they're doing, but they're just droning on like zombies. And there's someone who's become like, and they're so close. They're so close. They could
yeah.
easily be one or the other.
I think I think my issue with that is that it's like it's a really interesting idea, and they do nothing with it, do they? They kind of leave it.
But even then, I have to appreciate like they went that
Oh,
far
yeah.
with it.
To be fair, that could be a good film in itself.
Yeah, I bet you that film like that like I bet you
They've thought about it.
I bet you ideas came from this film. Like what they
Oh
would
yeah.
like what they would do. And like yeah,
Uh, man, what a film though.
yeah.
Good film. Um, what else? What else have we watched? What
I've
else is there?
started watching Normal People on BBC iPlayer.
I have not. I don't have a TV license, so yeah.
Yeah, no, no. Um, uh,
Um,
but no, I started watching our first two episodes. Um, it's a very wait a sec.
oh, he's off.
It's a very like melancholy. God, it's a very Sorry, just keep the bottle. It's a very like melancholic. Or what's the word?
Thing.
Show, and it's got a very depressing filter over it. Like it's set in Ireland. It's about two people who obviously get together, and
Yeah.
it's got this really like depressing tone over it. And it's sort of like an affair, but they're not cheating on anybody, so how's it an affair? But it's more because they're not telling anybody, and I don't know. It's just
That's
I like it. I'm gonna watch more after this, but like yeah,
yeah.
it's I think
Man,
it's got a depressing filter over it, but I don't know if
what else?
what
What
else
else?
what else have we been
I've
doing?
watched YouTube. Oh, I've
I've
read
watched YouTube.
stuff.
I wish I did all that stuff.
I read. I read. Well, sorry, I was read. No, I didn't. I'm reading War of the Worlds,
Mm,
and
I mean, I read that was like year 9 for me.
yeah, I'm making my way through. I have. I've literally ordered more stuff. From
What
Amazon, more books.
are they?
I've
Penguin
got.
Classics.
I've got like. I've got like most of the ones like sci-fi esque.
Mm.
So like Frankenstein, the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, kind of. What else is there? Invisible
Dune?
Man. What was that?
Have you got
Dune.
Dune?
No,
Oh,
I've got 1984 and Animal Farm though.
no.
Yeah, those are quite similar.
And they're cheap on Amazon.
Yeah, well, so I've got those. I've ordered Jane Eyre, Picture
Yeah.
of Dorian Gray,
So
and
literally all the public
yeah,
domain
the
stuff.
classics,
Yeah.
because
Sherlock
I
Holmes?
need to like what?
Sherlock Holmes?
No, because I looked and they are not cheap.
Oh,
They're like, oh, here's a box set for 16 quid. I'm like, no,
nope.
like, and none of them have. There's so many different ones, but so I've made up my mission to go through classic literature,
Yeah.
British literature mainly, and then I'll move on to other literature
Mm.
to kind of see like what is this inspiration, because it's the kind of thing like Alice in Wonderland. People like to quote it, don't they?
Yeah.
Curiouser and Curiouser, but they haven't read it, and it's like,
Yeah. I remember when Alice in Wonderland was like big in 2010.
and yet still people didn't read it. They watched the film.
They watched the film. We did bloody play on it. We did a school production.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like, um, I've got like War and Peace, which is a hell of a long book,
That's a long one.
and then I've got things like A Century of Humor, the first and second volumes of that, and they're big old
Mm.
books. So like, I'm gonna get through them, and I hope by the end to have a more kind of solid understanding of classic literature.
I wish I could read faster than I do.
So I wish I could read.
Yeah. I've never known how to read before. My mum never taught me. No. I just wish I could. Like the amount of books I would love to read, and it's just like one of those things that when you're younger, reading shit. But it's like, and it is because you want to play games and stuff. But like, honestly, reading is something I really want to do. Like, if I could read like 200 pages in like 3 hours, I'd love to.
200.
But
Right.
I don't know what's a
So
fast reading rate because I can't even max 50 in like an hour. Is what I'm trying to say.
so War of the Worlds is I think it's like 150. I must look.
Mm.
So in total, it is 197 pages long.
Yeah.
Minus from that 3 pages, so 194, and it's split into 2 books.
Mm.
And it's like I think around like 5 to 7 pages for each chapter.
Yeah.
So I'm on chapter something. I don't know. I've stopped. I don't usually stop in between chapters, but last night I did. I'm on chapter 14. All right. I started reading this on like Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, I'm getting through it, but I only read it at night. And bloody hell, I'm going to be taking a while on War and Peace. 1,000 odd pages.
Good luck. Isn't that
Good
like
luck.
is that split into volumes?
No, it's just a big old book.
Oh, it's not even like I can read book 1 for now, move on, something else, then come back to book 2.
No, I'm leaving that to like last.
Yeah.
Because I've got like Grimm's Fairy Tales and
Well, I
King
suppose
Solomon's Mines.
more
I've got Bridge over the
anthology
River
based.
Kwai.
I suppose
So
Grimm is anthology,
yeah,
so you can just read 1 or 2 and then move on to something else.
but then I've got stuff like Wuthering Heights and Dracula. So I've got enough to kind of keep me busy.
Yeah.
As well as I've then got some anthology things like sci-fi, horror, comedy,
Mm.
and I've also got The Art of War.
Yeah.
Because as a as a military general, I need one of those. But
Yeah,
yeah, reading, good thing.
good thing.
I didn't buy graphic novels for once, which is weird.
But yeah, because you've
Uh,
got them.
I haven't got them all. I've got some of them. It's just that the ones I wanted aren't on sale at the moment.
Yeah, and you're not paying out, and you can't go to a bookshop or someone else. eBay.
No, I can't. No, I don't trust eBay.
Fair enough. But
But anyway, should I tell you about that? Should I tell you about the first episode today in comics, which I never did?
go on.
So, uh, I sat there. I had the recording ready, and I did nothing. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. After doing like 40 odd podcasts or whatever we've done now, it's probably
Yeah.
not that many. I don't know. You'd think I'd have the confidence enough to just do it on my own, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't. There's not a bounce off of. So the story was weirdly, so it was in a book called The Incomplete Death's Head, issue 1, and the story was an issue from, well, it's a very short snippet from a Doctor Who magazine.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, I was telling you about this before. I don't think I said it on a podcast though. So it's the one where, so basically, Death's Head was a Hasbro owned, well, technically owned Transformers character, but at the time, Hasbro were not like publishing, so Marvel was publishing Transformers, and Marvel was publishing Doctor Who. So to get Death's Head, who Hasbro wanted, they wanted to basically take the rights back. To keep Death's Head, they decided to just chuck him to Doctor Who for a single issue, and then chuck him from there to Marvel. And it is oh my god, it's such a strange thing. Like, it's not well written, which is funny. Like, when someone just, if anyone says to you, "Can you do this?" and you're like,
Yeah.
"Sure," so you
It's
just
just
do it.
You got 5 pages. And you got to make sure you
Yeah,
do this, and that. And
it's
you got to have the submission by tomorrow.
it is the just it's just so like nothing happens at all, and it's just like the Doctor meets a character that's now owned by Marvel, who was a former Transformer. I mean, it just sounds like such an interesting concept.
Marvel Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover ever.
No, this is. I'm sorry, but this is a crossover
Was it
between
McCoy?
Transformers. The what?
Was it McCoy?
McCoy. Oh yeah, it was the 7th, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
But,
well, actually, no, not the 7th now. The 5 millionth.
Oh, don't say that. Don't bring that up. No.
Anyone's development.
But so an interesting snippet about that. So that's the only crossover between Marvel and Doctor Who that they've reprinted. Because they did another one that had the Doctor land on the Baxter Building. Right, you know the Baxter Building? I'm assuming you do.
Yes, it's the FF headquarters.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, so basically they had a scene with him, the Doctor, on top of it, which kind of makes him quite like canon. So obviously they would have to deal with rights and stuff, so they just can't reprint that one now. So I'm like, that's one that I'd like to read because I bet it's probably equally as shit as the other one.
I have no doubt that Marvel is going to do like a multiversal story, like very camp, very one shot, where every pop culture icon that isn't DC owned is in a Marvel comic.
I think they would, yeah.
I can see Doctor Who being Marvel. I
I
can
think
see.
honestly, if Marvel got Marvel UK back up and running,
Yeah, definitely.
they could have Doctor Who crossovers
Because
easily.
let's be real, who the bloody hell reads Doctor Who comics?
No one. No one.
But I
No
mean,
one.
well, actually, not no one because they still make them.
Somehow they make them. They're not canon
No,
at,
well, they
at
are
all.
until they're not.
Well, right. If that means that if they're canon, that means that Jenny, the Doctor's daughter,
Yeah,
returned and crashed a spaceship into the 12th Doctor's school. You know, where he was teaching.
yeah.
That's not canon. It
No,
didn't
because
happen. Like,
I watched a bit of Class. Um,
that is just so like, oh,
like
but yeah,
I
Doctor
think
Who,
Doctor Who, bloody hell, we on all of them,
pain.
like Pain. Doctor Who's a show that you love so much, and it breaks your heart every single time. Like,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
yeah, like,
They do something wrong.
do you think she's leaving?
Who? Oh,
Jodie Whittaker? Because I got
I
leaked. Because I
yeah.
I wouldn't put past them to do a shot regeneration.
See, it got leaked,
Mm.
and the reason I believe it is because they didn't deny it.
Yeah, they didn't deny it.
She said before it happened, I want to stay in the role for like ages,
They
but
all
it's not the
say that.
first time. They all say it. Yeah, Peter Capaldi is the only one who didn't because he was like, pretty much done with it.
Yeah, like, yeah, they all say want to do that. Oh my god. Benedict Cumberbatch is not Doctor Strange. Jake Gyllenhaal is definitely not Mysterio. They all say these things to like detour
Oh,
away from the obvious.
did you see earlier? Benedict Cumberbatch doesn't want to play Thrawn.
He was
It's
going to
like
be Lars Mikkelsen.
I know, but like I saw comments about it and like, oh, it's like, do you just not pay attention to anything?
No, he's not going to. He's not. It's the thing. He's not going to do that. Like, he, no, like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, what was that rumor about Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, he was going to play Thrawn. That was
That's
the
no,
rumor. He's
no,
not
I don't
even the
think.
right. He's not got the right voice at all.
No, like,
He
and
doesn't even look right.
no disrespect to, like, the voice actors of Clone Wars and whatnot. They don't look like those characters, and let's be real, they're predominantly voice actors. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's not to say they can't physically act, not at all. But but Lars Mikkelsen is a live action actor. He
I mean
looks like
he was
Thrawn.
on. He's been on screen with Benedict.
Yes,
So
and here's the thing: they're not afraid to get the voice actors who were the characters of the voice actors, of the characters that were based on the voice actors. They did it
yeah,
once. They got Katie Sackhoff to play Bo-Katan live action.
I think that's an indication because obviously
Yeah.
Ahsoka was like she doesn't look like that.
No, and
So it was easier, wasn't it?
yeah, and they're building like a little sub universe.
And then like Boba Fett, you know,
What Fat Fett?
Fat Fett, yeah, Fat Fett, the old man. They recast him.
No, no, it's still in from Clone Wars. Not Clone Wars. Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. They recast him because obviously in
No.
the originals it's not him.
Well, they dubbed his voice over in the
Yeah,
special edition.
God.
Wow,
But yeah, 44 minutes.
44
Man.
minutes. Wow, we rambled.
Yeah, we did. The best conversations do. But that'll do it for this week. Well, it's not this week. Next week we're doing Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that'll do it for this thing. Don't know
we
what it
might do
is.
another one in the dead zone.
I think, yeah, this is a placement essentially.
Yeah,
Covers in place. Yeah, we'll go watch other stuff
This is
today in
meant.
film.
Yeah, this is meant for like the
Um,
odds and sods,
yeah, it is. It'll go out tomorrow, probably.
which is
Dunno.
today. If you're listening today,
No. Well, I mean, yeah, it'll come out at some point over the next few days.
Somehow
So
this YouTube compression of a podcast will be online.
now it's going to be on Anchor as well, because
Oh,
I put that on there as well now. I should have
so,
done this from the start, but I don't,
yeah.
because I forget to. But yeah, that'll do it. Go watch Today in Film. Go watch Today in Gaming. The whole two of those we did.
Yeah, such good in the series.
Go and watch Klaus Shed, the Doctor Who podcast. Go watch WandaVision discussion / reaction, and what's the other one?
Falcon Winter Soldier.
No, that we've done. The police interview. Go watch the police interview if you
Yeah.
want to be educated about prejudice. Yeah. So I feel like we've done something else. How PlayStation 5? That's what we did. Done.
That's an off shoot of
Today in
TIG.
Gaming, yeah. TIG, yeah.
Of
Man.
TIG.
But yeah, we've done stuff.
Yeah.
And we're keeping it going. At least I am. For
Yeah.
now. See you next week for Falcon Winter Soldier. Well, not next week, is it? No, it is next week.
Right.
Yeah. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.